Welcome to Silver Bar Stacker, folks. I hope everybody's doing well and enjoying their day. Now, it's been a long time since we've uploaded any sort of a actual long format video. Even shorts we've not been doing too much of lately, but you may have noticed we've been doing a whole lot of live streaming, and that's been done directly here on YouTube. And you know, it's kind of been a thing where I've been sort of multicasting, some people call it, in the streaming space. And what it is that I've been doing a lot of live auctions on the platform Whatnot, which you've probably heard of Whatnot by now. Maybe other YouTubers have talked about it as well. But I have been quite an aggressive seller on Whatnot. I've done quite a bit of sales. In fact, I would say a vast majority of my sales up until now, at least over the past year or so, have been done on the Whatnot platform. And while I'm doing these live auctions on Whatnot, a lot of times you'll see these YouTubers doing live auctions on YouTube, directly on YouTube, right? And they'll kind of build wallets and so on. But Whatnot is a platform that is basically built for doing live format auctions, just like you would watch somebody doing an auction on YouTube, but then people already have their accounts set up so that they can just bid, and the things will get auto charged to their credit card. And so it's kind of a dangerous situation there, because it's very easy to just get tempted to buy things that you weren't planning on buying. But regardless, I have quite a few people who are regular buyers there on the Whatnot platform, as well as on the site of ours. But I would say, like I said, I do a vast majority of our sales over the past year there on the Whatnot platform. Now, the reason I'm saying this is because while I'm streaming and doing these live auctions, I'm also simultaneously streaming, sending that same stream, that video stream, over to YouTube. And so a lot of times, maybe you people here at YouTube who are my original followers may be seeing some of this live streaming happening. And so that's what that is. That's me doing these auctions on that Whatnot platform. So a lot of times I'm not really monitoring the chat here on YouTube, and so people will be occasionally saying something here or there, and it'll take me quite a bit of time to realize that they've said something and actually respond to them. So I apologize for the delayed replies if you are any of the people who have been commenting on my live stream videos. But if you haven't been commenting or even viewing the live stream videos, you probably haven't been viewing anything at all, because I haven't been posting much of anything at all. And so I'm trying to be very diligent about posting more videos. And I thought, you know, there's definitely no situation where I could not do a video about the recent purchase that I recently made, because this is a purchase that was made by a YouTuber here in the community that everybody knows. I mean, I would be hard pressed to believe if anybody did not know who my man T the Silver Stacker is. And so we got a beautiful package here from T the Silver Stacker, who, by the way, is also a seller on Whatnot. And so T the Silver Stacker is frequently doing auctions there on Whatnot, and let me tell you, it is a place to get killer deals. From a buyer's perspective, it's a great platform. As long as you're buying responsibly and you're buying within your budget, it is a great place to catch some deals if you are a patient buyer. It's also a good place to, you know, accidentally overpay for things if you don't do your research. But I would say the amount of people who overpay for things on Whatnot is very, very few compared to, let's say, a place like eBay. Right? So, and the reason for that is because it's a very fast-paced environment for an auction format. eBay has recently, and this is after the advent of Whatnot, they have started introducing some live auctions, but again, their fees are a bit prohibitive, and so Whatnot is a little bit more conducive for at least Bullion sellers when it comes down to fast-paced auctions. And because of those fast-paced auctions, people have less time to make that decision. Sometimes that works in the seller's favor, and that people kind of FOMO and pay more than something's actually valued at. But in many cases, and I would say in most cases, a vast majority of cases, people get killer deals. And I'm pretty sure that I got a killer deal here, because I feel that I got a great deal. Now, when we compare the items that I won, I definitely sell both of these items, I believe, for more than $50, and I got them both each for less than $50. And there's also a very, very nice surprise within this package, because in addition to the 2 items I purchased a third item, which is a very, very non-traditional item. And this is something that I am wanting to do very, very much more of on my website in particular. And so it's a great thing that I had actually won this third item. Now, this third item is not an item that I know what it is. It's a mystery item. So that whole mystery theme is going to be something that's carried forward into next month, because I'm going to be holding a very, very large event for the entire duration of next month. And it's going to be a mystery month for next month, at least on the SPS website. And so this is a great segue into that, because we have a mystery item, and this is not a cheap mystery item, folks. In addition to the 2 items which I purchased at around $47 and $48 a piece for 1 ounce high premium vintage pieces, which, by the way, I said I sell each of those for more than $60 at least, I think, on my site at the present moment. So in my opinion, I got a killer deal on those, because I got them for less than $50. So in addition to those 2 great deals that I got from T, from battling it out on the auction, I also bid, and this was the last item of the auction, but basically what it was basically a trust the T. Trust the T. It's a bag of items that T is basically just going to throw at us, and whoever the winner is, whoever bids the highest on this mystery item, is going to get a nice bag valued at about that amount of money. So I was the strongest bidder. I'm the one who took that mystery bag down on this show. I'm not usually that person, because a lot of times I don't catch shows. I'm not very good at catching shows. So in this case, I ended up taking down that mystery bag for $142, and I am pretty dang pumped about it. So I'm very, very excited to see what the contents of this mystery box is that I won for $142. So let's take a look at the 2 items that I actually won, and then we'll take a look at the contents of the mystery box. So let's get into it. And I'm glad I started opening into this, and then I realized, oh, this stuff is from T. One of the items, it was just kind of a little bit of swag that T typically throws in. One of the pieces of swag had fallen out. I'm like, oh. I wasn't even looking at the sender of the package, and I realized, oh, this is from T. So I quickly put this thing back together again, didn't look at anything besides whatever that item was. I don't even know what it was exactly. I put it back in there, closed it up. I'm like, oh, I gotta do a video for this. So here's the video. Here's the video, guys and gals. Let's see what we got here. So this first item here seems to be some gigantic bag, and this is the item that actually fell out. So this is some sort of a stand. I don't think it's a phone stand. I think this is some sort of a stand. I could use this for my cards, any sort of my SBS stack packs. If anybody's kind of familiar with those old school stack packs that I had, I've kind of put things into a top loader. This would be perfect for that. Or we can put some other items in there. Bars. So this is a nice cool stand here. T the Silver Stagger. So a little bit of obligatory T the Silver Stagger swag. So let's keep this right here. This is item number 1 that we've won. I'll just go ahead and say that's part of the $142 mystery bag. And here we got an actual bag. So maybe this is the mystery bag. Who knows? T 2020. Perhaps this is an old school swag bag. I'm not sure. Oh my goodness gracious. And let's go ahead and see the 2 items that I won, because there were 2 items that I won. So we'll save what's in the mystery bag for later. Okay, we got the little piece of swag, obligatory swag. And let's go ahead and take a look at these items. And this one right here, you'll notice, is a factory sealed Engelhard silver bar. And this is something I'm selling at least in the high 40s, possibly even higher than that. And it's great. It's factory sealed, beautiful condition, 1.15 million mintage on this bad boy. It's going to be the most iconic Engelhard silver bar out there, in my opinion. It's the one that's most commonly seen. 1.15 million mintage is the highest mintage bar out there, actually. It's actually more common than a prospector, any year prospector, right? So, beautiful bar here, and so cool that after, 40 plus years, it's still preserved in the original factory seal. That's what I call an SBS exclusive, baby, right? If you go on my site, you'll see SBS exclusives, things like this. Something preserved in the original factory seal, that makes it an SBS exclusive in my book, right? So you know, that's exciting stuff. Another thing that we've got in the SBS exclusives are a bunch of mystery boxes. So just like we've got this mystery bag here, I've got a couple different mystery boxes. I even got some vintage bins here where you could purchase as low as 1 unit of 1 ounce, let's say. You know, you could buy 1 ounce of lower premium vintage silver or higher premium vintage silver. You could buy 5 units and potentially get a 5 ounce bar. Maybe buy 10 units, potentially get a 10 ounce bar. So I've got those options available too. If you want to save a little bit on the premium, it's kind of like a random design listing. And this is kind of like a random design mystery bag here, right? So these are nice options sometimes when you're trying to save a premium, right? When you're trying to buy, let's say, a 100 ounce bar, even if you were trying to buy a 100 ounce single hard bar, you could buy the random design 100 ounce single hard bar, and then you get the cheapest premium on that. The problem is you'll probably get something super common like an extruded bar that has hundreds of thousands mintage, right? You're probably not going to get some low mintage poured bar in that case. But if you're just kind of looking to just get the lowest premium, you kind of know tip is sort of what you want. You don't care how fancy schmancy it is, but you kind of want to have a general idea of what you want. Like, hey, I just want a random design 10 ounce bar, and you just care about the weight. The random design listings are great, right? So these types of random design listings and mystery boxes and stuff like that are what I really want to promote next month for the mystery month, because what I'm going to do is I'm going to discontinue all of the items. What you know is what you're going to get. I'm going to remove that for an entire month, and I'm just going to see how things are going to roll for an entire month of just doing mystery items, meaning mystery boxes or random design listings. And I'm going to allow people the full month of February to just curate their boxes, their mystery boxes. And it's just going to be a huge freaking experiment, and we're going to see how things go. But I'm very, very inspired by T's idea here of the mystery bag. So this is something I'm going to be working diligently on this month to be launching just for the month of February, for the mystery month. So this is very nice. I'm super excited. I got this for about 47 or 48 bucks, and I'm quite sure I'm selling this for about 50 plus. So that's great. Now let's go ahead and see what the next item is that we won. Another factory sealed Engelhard silver bar. Beautiful bar here, still preserving the factory seal, still the exact same beautiful item. And I'm trying to see if you have sequential serials or anything. We do not, but we have very, very close serials. They're both FK prefixes, and they're both 875. It's just that one ends in 12 and one ends in 79. So just a couple dozen digits away from each other, factory sealed. Could almost sell this as a set together, but not quite. So I'm super excited to have gotten these for a great price. In addition to this little bar holder, we've got a beautiful sticker, which when I'm looking at my board, I do not have this one yet. So I'm always super happy to get a new T the Silver Stacker sticker. I got so many already. I've got 2 here on the board at least, and I think I even have some stashed away as well. So that's super exciting to have another sticker to add to the sticker board. So we'll go ahead and take care of that in a little while. And now the moment we've all been waiting for, my friends. It's time to look inside the beautiful mystery bag. So the $142 bag, you know, T sells a lot of stuff that I'm not familiar with, so I'm not sure if he's going to be throwing vintage at me, if he's curated this to be something like, or maybe he tried to curate for stuff that I probably don't have, in which case I might not know much about it, because truthfully, I really don't know much about anything outside of the stuff that I sell and collect, and I'm really much a collector first and then a seller. It's more kind of like I'm just collecting things, and then I happen to sell things if people are interested in buying those things. So it may seem like, hey, this guy's always doing live streams, he's always selling things. You know why I'm always selling things? Because I'm even more aggressively than that buying things, and I'm in the process of aggressively curating my stack of silver. And so that's kind of what it is. It's kind of like, some of the items are getting shuffled out, some new items are getting shuffled in. So there's a strategy behind the madness here. Just wanted to let you know that. But let's go ahead and see how this is going to impact my strategy here, T. Let's see what you're going to throw at me, my friend. Okay. 130 silver bar stacker. Let's take a look and see what we got here. The mystery bag of items. Wow. Take a look at this. This is a carded 1 troy gram. We got a... Wow. We've got a carded gram of silver here that is actually numbered. This is super duper cool. 0125 211. So I'm not sure what these numbers mean, but this is badass as hell. I've got a freaking... And I love the buffalo. I hope there's a second buffalo in here because I got rid of all my buffalo grams, and I'd love to have a little buffalo herd. But I'm not going to be sad if there's not a buffalo. I can always get another buffalo. But this is super cool to have a freaking carded buffalo. You know, one thing I've always wanted is a gold 1 ounce buffalo. I don't have one. I really would love to have one of those one day, maybe even a couple of them. Just the regular ones, not the proof ones. But in the meantime, this will do. This is really nice. Let's see what else we got here. I feel like there's more cards in here. Oh my goodness. 219, 211, 219, Mrs. T. So this one is actually from Mrs. T. That's amazing. And this one's a little dragonfly. I've never had a dragonfly fractional or any sort of silver piece ever in my life, actually. Never had a fractional bar or a round. Never even seen one, honestly. So that's pretty cool. So we've got ourselves 2 carded serialized, I will call them, T-grams. We'll call them T-grams because we got the Mrs. T-gram and we got the T-gram. Just the normal T-gram. And I'm feeling a few grams in here. I'm feeling several grams in here. So let's go ahead and take a look at this. We've got a 1 gram maple, and this is another T-gram, I'm going to call it. Because there's no Mrs. T heart privy on this one. So it's another 0125. It's got to be a January 2025 dated and serialized. 210, and we got sequential serials here, folks. We got the Canadian maple, which I have had Canadian maple leaf 1 gram bars before, but I've never had Canadian maple leaf rounds on the grams. So we got a gram, maple gram, and we got a buffalo gram. And then from Mrs. T, we've got a dragonfly gram. So let's go ahead and see what else we got here. I'm filling a couple more carded items in here. So let's see what this next one is. Boom! This one is badass. This one is the great state of Florida, and this has got at least 2, I believe it's at least 2 alligators here, or crocodiles. Gators, right? Yeah, gators. It's got to be at least 2 gators. Is that a second gator there? Maybe this is an error. Oh no, that's the bottom of Florida. Duh. Okay, so we've got 1 gator on top of the state of Florida, the great state of Florida, and this is serial number 205. Interesting. So I wonder if we do have 2 sequential serials. I wonder if we are able to fill in the gaps here, because this is 219. No, there's no way. I don't believe there's that many cards in here. Let's see what else we got here. 224, another one from Mrs. T, and this one I've actually gotten this gram before. I've had these before. I've actually sold these before. This is the best friend dog gram, and this is coming straight from Mrs. T. It's pretty cool. I've got 2 from Mrs. T now. We got a best friend dog, and we got the dragonfly design. So that is super duper cool. And so far we've got 5 exclusive, serialized, hand signed in some cases, carded grams. Now let's see if we got any others. There's no more carded grams in here, so that's going to do it. We got 5 carded grams. Now let's go ahead and see what else we got. There's a lot more to go through here. It doesn't feel like chocolate. This might be chocolate. Let's take out this thing that might be chocolate. I think there's at least 3 or 4 items in here. Let's take out this thing. It feels like a bar. It feels like it's some sort of wrapping. Oh my goodness gracious. We've got another Engelhard bar. I was like, it feels like could be chocolate, but it is not a chocolate bar. It is instead much better than a chocolate bar. We've got a 3rd factory sealed, and this is with a different prefix. This is an FO prefix, not an FK prefix. And this is extremely amazing. I'm just loving this so much because literally I just sold a bar by accident. I didn't look at the bar first before putting it on the screen, and then I started the auction, and then I was like, oops, I don't want to sell this. And it was a bar just like this, an Engelhard portrait style e-logo bar, and it was actually the same exact type, 1.15 million mintage. But the thing is it wasn't factory sealed, but the thing is that the serial number on it was like something crazy high. Like it was some string of letters, and there was like 99 something 969, something like that. It was like super high, and I sold that. I was a little bit depressed because it wasn't for a very high price, first of all, so I did not get a premium that I would have hoped to have gotten from a bar that is that cool. But the thing is that it went to JK Pioneer, and I do love me some JK Pioneer, so I'm glad that it went to a good home. But I'm also glad that in this mystery bag I was able to get such a high numbered Engelhard 1.15 million mintage. You know, what goes around comes around. That's crazy. It's just like within a few days I was able to replace that bar that I was so sad to see go, for the most part. And on top of that, it's in the original factory seal. So that's something that's in my mystery bag that's extremely special to me personally, actually. So that's super awesome. Let's go ahead and see what the other couple items in this thing are. And there's something here that's in some sort of a case. It's probably like a round because it seems like a square shape. Let's see what it is. Holy smokes. We've got a American Silver Eagle, which is something I never collect. Let's go ahead and see what the date is. We got a 2014. And now I don't know if there's anything significant about a 2014, but you know, the thing is I don't have any American Oops, I don't even know how to flip a coin. I don't even have any American Silver Eagles left because I've actually sold them off many moons ago. And so it's great that we now have another ASE represented in the stack, forcibly, against my will, and now it's going to have to stay there. The 2014. The thing is, the 2014 date is not anything of significance for me. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn this into one of those trade-up games, right? I'm going to trade this 2014 with some other person who's got an ASE that they want. Maybe they want a 2014, and they're like, oh crap, I don't want this, you know, whatever, such and such date. Then we swap it out, or I get some sort of a toner or something, and I keep trading it up, and then we try to see how nice of a ASE I can turn this 2014 ASE into. That'll be a little game I play with myself. So thanks, Deep, for having another ASE represented into my stack. And it's in a nice little holder, too. I like that holder. So let's go ahead and see what else we got here. I'm feeling something else that feels like a round, and this is literally in some sort of a flip. Let's see here. Oh, shit. Now, I know nothing about Libertads outside of a few things, and I can tell you without a doubt that this thing probably pays for the amount that I paid for the bag. I mean, I paid only $142. I know he sold bags, mystery bags, that have gone for a lot higher. And I can tell you one thing, folks. I don't know a lot about Libertads. I know mostly about private refiner vintage stuff, but I can tell you one thing, folks. Modern Libertads are extremely low mintage. Now, we could spend a little bit of time, and we will spend a little bit of time, just so I can describe to you the gravity of this situation. But Libertads nowadays, it's not like back in the day. I'm no hater of old school Libertads. In fact, some would argue that I like old school Libertads more. One, because they're vintage. You know, I would consider old school Libertads vintage. Two, I like how they have etching along the rim of the round. I just like that old school feel of old school Libertads. With that said, new school Libertads are super duper low mintage in comparison to old school Libertads. And so let's go ahead and see what a 2023 Libertad 1 ounce silver coin mintage is. I'm just going to Google that. The 2023 mintage for the 1 ounce Mexican silver Libertad coin varies by edition, but is typically between 500,000 and 1.5 million coins. Is that not ridiculous? It's like crazy low. So I don't know what's the, you know, blah 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 BU, we were doing blah 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 blah. Anyways, it's somewhere between 500 and 1.5 million mintage. So that is super duper low, and that is super duper awesome, because I definitely probably would have never obtained one of these if not for this. I love the OM Mint. You know, I've got a lot of OM Mint stuff, stuff with the OM stamp, which is that Mexican mint stamp. But it's stuff that's unlike Manfred Trudeau and Brooks Statue of Liberty stuff. I don't have Libertas represented in the stack. You know, a lot of times on my auctions, people are like, hey, you got any Libertas? I've always got to be like, no. You know, other sellers got them, but I don't have them. So I finally got another Libertad in the stack. It seems that I've always got one in the stack, and then after a few months it'll sell, you know, and then I don't have any Libertads. Finally got another Libertad back in the stack, just like I finally got another ASE in the stack. And this is when I'm super excited, because when it comes down to legal tender coins, I'm not much of a legal tender coin stacker, but that's my favorite coin. That's definitely my favorite coin. This close second would probably be the Canadian Maple, but I really love the Onslaught quite a bit. Now let's go ahead and see. We got one last item in here, and this seems like a small, slightly lighter item, and it's a round. So let's go ahead and see what it is. Boom! A Kennedy $50, and this one here is from 1964, my friends. And that is what is going to conclude the mystery bag from two. We got 5 exclusive, serialized, in some cases sequential serial, in some cases signed with the heart privy, carded grams of silver, highly collectible. And then we've got ourselves a 2014 dated American Silver Eagle. We've got ourselves a 2023 low mintage Mexican Libertad. And then we got ourselves a bonus factory sealed high serial number 1.15 million mintage large E silver bar. And finally a 1964 Kennedy $50. So this was a really great unboxing, super exciting. I definitely feel like I got my money's worth with the addition of these two items especially, and I'm super excited to have picked up some great items from T the Silver Stacker. Be sure to check out T on his auctions, T_the_silver_stacker, and also be sure to catch me at Silver Bar Stacker. We're both regularly doing Whatnot auctions, so be sure to come and catch some deals. And I'm definitely going to be trying to be a little bit more active with my videos, my long form videos, my short form videos, and I'm going to try to be a little bit more structured with my live streams, my live auctions. So hopefully you'll be able to come catch the auctions. I'm going to try to hopefully be switching the format of those auctions on Whatnot to be less a smorgasbord of silver in your face and more, hey, let's talk about 5 gram JM silver bars today. Oh, they were originally issued in factory seals sometimes. There's a few different comment types, blah blah blah. So what it will be is that every single show, every single auction, every single long format video, my hope is that it will be structured around some topic that we can discuss. Then hey, maybe we can go on a Whatnot and have a nice flash sale for said item. We'll see. All I gotta say is thanks T, and thanks to all of you for sticking around for this super duper long video, and we'll see you on the next one. Cheers. Oh, and if you haven't had a chance to yet, be sure to check out our social media landing page at solo.to/silverbarstacker. There you can find our direct website link, which is silverbarstacker.com, as well as our links to our other social media channels, such as this very YouTube channel, our Facebook page, our Instagram page, our TikTok page, our Twitter page, and we also have the link to our Whatnot page, which is where we actually run our live auctions and actually also have all of these same SBS drops that we hold. We run those same drops on our Whatnot store, and we also have live auctions happening literally all the time. So the way that you can be notified about those auctions is to be following us there on whatnot.com/user/silverbarstacker. And we hope to see you there, folks. Thank you, and have a great day.